If you're one of them frugal gamers who's on the lookout for your new favourite free-to-play game, well, you're actually in luck, because 2025 has some absolute bangers in store. I mean, just take a look at these. By the way though, this video is actually brought to you by Fortnite, which is also free to play. Bonus. In this, the year of 2025, Delta Force is going to burst onto the scene, probably making a bunch of those cool hand signals that army guys like to do when they burst into places. What do any of them mean, by the way? Anyway, this is a free-to-play FPS that lets you take part in massive PvP battles that span land, sea, and sky, with 32 players on each side. Or you can work together in PvE raids featuring objective-based missions, or really ramp up the tension with extraction missions that have you poking about behind enemy lines. But however you play, you're guaranteed a fair fight thanks to Delta Force's strict no pay to win policy and robust anti-cheating measures. Love to hear it. Releasing on March 6th, FragPunk is a fast-paced hero shooter that gives the genre a nice little reshuffle by adding in a cool card-based element. So while you're duking it out in one of FragPunk's 5v5 matchups, what you'll encounter are these things called shard cards, and they can all have different sorts of effects, from engulfing your bullets in fire or lightning to letting you leap to crazy heights, or even reversing the roles of attackers and defenders mid-game. There are over 100 different cards on offer, which means that there's almost an endless number of possible combinations. What I'm trying to say is, no two games of FragPunk will be the same, but they'll all be pretty exciting. I think the world of League of Legends is a pretty cool place, whether you're playing the games and taking advantage of all the wonderful perks that Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass members get, or you're just having your heart stomped into the mud once again by another episode of Arcane. No spoilers in the comments, I'm still watching through all of it. But turns out we're going to be spending even more time there in 2025 thanks to 2xKO. This is a free-to-play 2v2 fighter that features a roster packed with fan-favourite characters, with designs that draw on the games and the animated series, while also adding in some neat new flourishes. I mean, I don't know who gave Jinx that ginormous hammer, but I'm very happy for her. It did get me thinking though, which gaming universe do you want to see a fighting game version of? Let me know down in the comments below. These days, the Xbox Series X or S really is the place to be for anime fans. I mean, you can watch all your favourite shows using apps like Crunchyroll and then switch seamlessly over to one of the many gorgeous anime-style games, including the upcoming Fate Trigger. This is a battle royale game that boasts a diverse roster of heroes, each with their own unique abilities that range from conjuring holographic fortresses to firing energy beams or transforming into a pool of water. That last one's sure to make a splash, actually. You can fight out solo, or you can find someone to team up with, and thanks to Unreal Engine 5, the game really looks pretty spectacular as well. For this next one, I think fans of The Sims should definitely check this one out. It's called Paradise, and it's a life simulator. It's powered by some seriously impressive AI, and Paradise creates a whole world for players to explore filled with NPCs who are much more than just background characters. No, every person on this little island nation has their own backstory, job, daily routine, as well as the ability to react to whatever you do or say. So be on your best behavior. Or don't, actually. I mean, the whole point of Paradise is that it lets you live a whole other life, so run free. In the meantime though, The Sims 4 is also free to play these days, and in fact we did a whole other video on the best free games that you can dive into right now, so make sure you check that one out if you get through all of these games. You won't, there's a lot of them. If you were clever enough to play the first game, or you've already checked out the early access form of Path of Exile 2, you're going to know exactly why this free-to-play action RPG is one of the most anticipated games of 2025. It's got a 6-act campaign that features literally hundreds of monsters for you to battle your way through, either solo or in co-op with up to 5 friends. But on top of that, there's an incredibly deep character building system that lets you combine skills from different classes to make your own ideal, custom, unique build. It's super clever. And with over thousands of skills to piece together, the possibilities here are pretty much endless. And when it comes to bang for your buck, no one is outdoing Path of Exile 2, especially seeing as it won't even cost you $1, a quid, nothing. Oh, I'm so excited about this one because us skater boys and girls across the land, well, we were already kick-flipping our little hearts out at the news that EA would be bringing back its iconic skater sim, but the fact that Skate is also going to be free to play, well, that is just the pop shove it on top of the manual reverb, isn't it? Yeah, that sounds right. Anyway, the new Skate is going to feature a totally rebuilt version of the series' famous Flick-It control system, which they're hoping is going to make every single trick feel fun and satisfying, while also giving players a higher degree of control, which, honestly, the way it played in Skates 1, 2, and 3 was perfect already, so leave it as is, guys. I'm happy. We're going to get to find out soon when Skate is going to launch in early access later this year, but if you want to find out first, make sure you're following us, because we're going to have the information first. We're your best mates for that. You should know that by now. Spectre Divide might be the only shooter where you can unleash a devastating tag team attack on your enemies all by yourself. Perfect for Johnny No Mates over there. In this clever twist on the tactical shooter genre, you can switch freely between two bodies in real time. It sounds confusing, but basically it means you can defend two sites at once or hit your foes with a one-person pincer movement, and your second body also provides a nice backup if the first one should end up riddled with bullet holes, which is probably going to happen fairly often. Spectre Divide also features a really cool art style with a sort of 90s anime feel to it, bit Cowboy Bebop, very nice. There's a robust character creator which you can use to deck both your bodies out however you like, so get customizing. And similarly to Spectre Divide, the first Splitgate took a familiar formula and then just turned it on its head, and there's more of that portal-assisted gunplay on the way with the very cleverly named Splitgate 2. Now, Splitgate 2 lets players pick from different factions, each with their own buffs and bonuses. Arrows are a sprightly bunch who are pretty good for players who like to portal all over the place, whereas Sabrask are decidedly tankier. These little tweaks also promise to make things even more hectic this time around, like the ability to replace your enemy's portals with your own ones, or the option to slide along the ground while firing, and yeah, that does look as badass as it sounds, just like Vanquish. But I'm going to finish this video with a game that isn't free to play just yet, but it is about to be. Arcadegeddon. This is a roguelike shooter that has you and your buddies fighting to save the world's lost local arcade from an evil mega corporation, which means that you get to spend your time blasting bad guys with a huge arsenal of deadly weapons and playing all sorts of fun minigames. And seeing as how Arcadegeddon is set to go free to play in the early part of this year, it means that you're not going to have to save up a bunch of coins to keep playing. So you can quit the paper round and get playing games instead. Way more fun. Done. Which of these games are you going to be spending no money on? Hit the comments and let me know. And of course, this video was brought to you by Fortnite as Hatsune Miku becomes the icon for Fortnite Festival Season 7. Some of her most iconic tunes have come to Fortnite as jam tracks for you to perform on and off the main stage, including Magical Cure Love Shot by Sawtown featuring Hatsune Miku, which can be unlocked from the Festival Pass. There's also two Miku-inspired instruments, the Neko Miku guitar and the Neko Miku guitar, the latter of which also has a special purple unlockable style. Glow sticks at the ready, Miku fans. See you in the next one. Bye!